Now, hello, and thank you for taking a bit of time out to listen to us talking for a couple of minutes about growing old gracefully. My name is Rhoda. I've been working as the part-time development officer for the charity since January 2020.
And my name is Carol. I'm chair of the trustees, and I've been involved in growing old gracefully since 2011.
Growing old gracefully is all about enabling better support for older people in terms of their emotional, spiritual and practical needs. We work mostly with older people and churches in the Catholic tradition, but also with other partners such as Leeds Church Institute in wider projects.
Today, we're just going to reflect briefly by looking back over this last year and looking forward so you can get a flavour of what we do and how to pray for us. So Rhoda, I'm wondering, when you look back over this very strange year, out of the things we've been able to do, which of them stood out for you the most and why?
I think for me, it was the booklet we put together and sent out by post. So because everything had gone online in March, we started thinking about the 200 people on our mailing list that we had no email for, and that most of them would probably be missing out and feeling even more isolated as they're not online. So we wanted to send something in the post to them, and this is what we produced. It's called "When You Pass Through the Waters, I Will Be With You," and it had lots of different bits of information in. Some of it was practical information. So the numbers that they needed to ring if they wanted help. And also some tips about how to look after yourself when being in shielding at home. And then also some prayers and poems to help uplift people whilst they were shielding. So we got some really good feedback from people about this booklet. And it was so nice to receive those comments and to see that it's been uplifting for people. And it went wider than just our list, as we shared it with other groups so they could print it off for their communities. And it even went to Liverpool. They did their own version based on our content. How about you, Carol?
Well, I too am really pleased that we've been able to keep in touch with people and supported them to feel connected to a wider network. We've sent out regular emails and the website has lots of relevant information. And I think I'm amazed that we've been able to do that given where we were this time last year. I've also been delighted that we made a new partnership with the Briery Retreat Centre in Ilkley, and we're able to offer an online service in Advent. And although our conference on a matter of life and death was cancelled in March, in partnership with LCI and Faith in Elderly People, we were still able to offer online sessions in the autumn, which were really well attended. So what about looking forward to the months ahead? What are you looking forward to doing, Rhoda, and what do you feel we need to pray for?
So I'm really looking forward to being able to connect with people in the churches and parishes who really have an interest and a passion for making sure that older people don't slip through the net and end up being forgotten. It will be so good to work with such people in developing local responses in the parishes which fit their particular situation and help involve and support older people more. One model we're hoping to trial is a role of a lay chaplain for older people or an older people's coordinator. Like some parishes have a young people's worker, this would be someone who would specifically connect with older people and to meet their needs. It would be great to collaborate with one or two parishes on seeing how this could work in their parish to improve support and involvement of older people in their area. What about you, Carol? What would you like people to pray for?
I hope we don't lose all the good things we've learned from the pandemic. So for those who can get involved digitally, we've been in contact with far more people than we might have done if we'd just organised meetings. So I hope people will pray for our work to be refreshed and renewed as we go forward into the next year.
So thank you for watching, and thank you for your much needed prayers for our work to enable and support older people and later life friendly parishes and churches.